Hi, it's Rosie Dupin here, and today we're going to look at releasing back pain. So whether you're pregnant with back pain or postpartum, or you just generally have back pain, this little series of exercises are really going to help you. So we're going to start off. What you need to think about with back pain is a lot of it is to do with your alignment and where you've got tension. So you might have the pain in your lower back, but you've also got to work on upper back and the backs of your legs as well to release that tension. So we're going to start from the head and do a head ramp and hang. So we spend a lot of time with our head forwards, and this creates so much tension right down the shoulders, the neck, into the lower back. So I just want you to think that you've got a thick collar here, a big tall collar, one of those old-fashioned ones, and you're just going to push your neck back so it touches that collar. Try and get in the habit of doing this all the time. This is the alignment that you want to really have as your neutral, natural alignment. And then you're just going to drop your chin to your chest. And this is quite a good benchmark test. Depending on how far away your chin is from your chest, tells you how much tension you're carrying in your upper back. So you really want to think about holding these exercises for up to a minute. So once you know the routine, you can kind of time yourself. Okay, and come up. And the next thing is to look about whether you're thrusting your chest forward. Thrusting your chest forward really creates tension here on your lower back. You're hollowing your back when you shouldn't. So if you've been told that you've got a hollow back, it might well not be something that's physically wrong with you so much as alignmentally wrong with you. So you need to get your ribs back in line with your pelvis. If you put your hands on your hips, you'll feel that bony part of your pelvis here. You want that to line up with the sticky most out part of your ribs. They need to be in alignment. You can see that when you thrust your chest out, that your ribs come much further forward. So the best way to think about doing this is doing a little mini crunch using just the top muscles of your abdomen. So just think about bringing yourself into almost like a tiny crunch position, and you'll see that brings you in line, your ribs in line with your hips. Let me just shut the window. Something's going on. Something's going on in the chicken world out there. So again, that's something to think about. If you've been standing a lot or walking a lot and you've got that lower back pain, just doing that mini crunch and bringing your ribs back in line and bringing your neck back, your ear back over your shoulder will really ease so much of that tension. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is a calf stretch. So I use a half dome, and I really recommend a half dome as a piece of equipment that you buy, because there's so many uses for a half dome. If you haven't got one, you can roll up a yoga mat quite tightly, or you can use a tightly rolled up towel. You're just going to place the ball of your foot, so stand to the right hand side, place the ball of your left foot on the top of the half dome and allow your toes just to drape over the top. Now it's important that when you're doing this that your feet point forwards and that you bring your weight back so that you're not standing like this, but the weight's back in your heels. And again, it helps to think about dropping the ribs like we did earlier and bringing the head back. And again, you're going to do this on both sides and hold for up to a minute. You can see what I'm doing. Hold for up to a minute on both sides. The next thing is to grab yourself a chair or a stool. We're just going to do a double calf stretch. So have your feet close to the edge of the chair, just like a couple of inches away. And you're just going to hinge from the hips. So as you bend forward, you're taking your bum out behind you so your back stays nice and straight. And you're going to lay your hands on the chair. Now if you find that you're very, very tight and you can't get that far down, then just use the back of a chair or a high table or lots of cushions and bolsters until it's comfortable. Because once you're down here, you want to make sure that you're not clenching your knees. Make sure your feet are pointing ahead and untuck your pelvis. So you're thinking about taking your tailbone and pulling it up towards the ceiling. So you really get the stretch down the back of your hamstrings. Tight hamstrings will really, really, really affect your back and causing back pain. So this is a really, really good exercise. And again, you're looking to hold this for up to a minute and do these exercises regularly throughout your day. And then the very last exercise is a psoas release. So for this one, you'll need, again, some bolsters and cushions. And you're going to make sure that you bolster from your shoulder blades upwards and your head. Going to lay your head, your shoulders and your head. Make sure that your head's not leaning backwards. You want to keep your chin closer to your chest. So if it means you need to put an extra cushion underneath your head, so be it. And you want to make sure that your thighs are touching the ground. If you find your thighs are up in the air like this, don't bolster your knees. Instead, bolster more behind your shoulders, so you're sitting up a little bit higher. And what you're looking at doing is releasing any tension you've got in your psoas muscles, the muscles that reach from your the bottom of your ribs, right across your lumbar spine, over your pelvis, and join up to your femur bone. Any tension in the psoas muscle will cause lots and lots of backache. So you want to hold this release at least for 5 minutes, preferably for up to 15 minutes. So if you've got a favourite meditation, then this is the time to pull that out and do that while you're resting. So I'm going to leave you resting in the psoas position and say to you, try and do those exercises regularly, at least twice a day, to help relieve your back pain. A trick if you're very pregnant is to have the bolsters higher in the psoas release. You're still going to get the results, the benefits of the psoas release, but you're going to put a little bit less pressure on your back. So I hope that helps. Enjoy, take care, and I shall see you again soon. Bye bye.